Okay, so before we get any further today, I gave you credit for saying kibosh
Right.
when it is not actually kibosh. It is kibosh.
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 Kibosh. It kind of sounds like our next guest's name.
It kind of does.
I'm just saying.
Moving right along now.
I'm just saying.
Even with the warmest sweaters and scarves, the winter weather can sometimes chill you right to the bone, but thankfully there are some natural remedies to warm you up.
That's right. Joining us now is master herbalist and homeopath specialist Sarah Hannah Silverstein. There it is.
Perfect.
Was that good enough for you?
Yeah, you did a great job.
You get credit for that one,
Yeah.
right?
Ding, ding.
Ding ding, 2 points.
So, Sarah, what does an herbalist do exactly?
So what an herbalist does is it helps people incorporate herbs into their lives to help them feel better and be stronger and have resistance to cold and flus.
And it's kind of interesting because you were saying earlier that these things can warm us up, but I mean, when I look at this stuff, I don't think off the top of my head, oh, I'm going to be warmer because it's...
I guess people don't know what to do with them, right?
So certain herbs cool down the system and other herbs help warm us up. So ginger is a very popular herb and people know about ginger tea, and if you drink that you will definitely feel warmer. One of the things ginger does is increase the circulation. So does an herb called cayenne, you know, spicy
Cayenne pepper,
food.
yeah.
You put some cayenne pepper in your food, or you can take it in a tincture or an herbal medicine and it will increase the circulation. So I just arrived in Connecticut today where it is super duper cold,
Very cold.
freezing, and you walk out of the car and you're shivering. And one of the reasons you shiver is because it increases circulation.
I
So
see.
in the winter months where we're, you know, going from our homes to our cars to our offices, we do a lot more sitting. We are not moving around as much as we do in the summers, and our circulation tends to not be functioning at its peak. So of course going to the gym, which we discussed earlier, is a great idea. Getting up and moving around your office is great, but if you're stuck sitting, you can take different herbs and plants that will increase that circulation and help you feel warmer from the inside out.
Great. Well, what did you bring with you today here? What
So,
are some other
as
examples?
I said, we've got our ginger. Now, if you have conditions where you're really not circulating your blood properly, there are pre-made tinctures, and you can work with an herbalist. If you're traveling and you don't feel you can make the fire cider vinegar, which we're going to do in a moment, you can take ginger or cinnamon, which also heats up the system, in capsule form. When you're buying herbs, it's very important to buy high quality herbs, not ones that have been sitting on the shelves a long time.
And isn't cinnamon, isn't that good for is it your blood pressure or your
Yes.
cholesterol or
Yes,
both? Or all?
both. It's actually both. It helps lower high blood pressure and it helps with cholesterol. So these herbs have tons of medicinal properties. Today we're speaking about heating your system up. So I want to talk about making fire cider vinegar.
Let's do
Now,
that.
first of all, it looks stunning and gorgeous, and you can give it as a
Love it.
gift. If you go to someone's house for a dinner party and you have no idea what to buy them, this is the perfect gift. Now, you can make it in a medicinal form. This one's been sitting there for a long time. You see how it's getting kind of thick, and this one you can use right away. Now, how can you use fire cider vinegar? If you feel a cold coming on, or you know you're going to be outside all day, maybe you're doing something at work, an outdoor activity, you can actually take this by the teaspoon 2 to 4 times a day. It'll help increase the immune system and it'll help keep you warmer. If you want to just use it in everyday life through the winter months, you can pour this over a salad, you can marinate your chicken in it, your meat in it, you can put your fish in it, and what happens is the vinegar extracts all the properties of the herbs. So garlic and onion, which we think of as vegetables, has actually been categorized as herbs for many, many generations because onion can increase the circulation and garlic has antibacterial properties. Pepper, black pepper, which we're so familiar with, also helps with circulation. So if you want to make fire cider vinegar, almost everybody has these ingredients at home. So I got a little lazy and I got some dried garlic instead of cutting it up myself. And here I have some coriander seeds, which I'll put in, which also increases circulation. And here's an interesting herb. This is mustard seed. Now mustard, you know, you kind of have it on your hot dogs and your hamburgers, but what it does is it also heats up the system. And this, in seed form, it's very medicinal.
So is it more potent in the seed form than in the
Yes,
regular mustard
it
that
is.
you're
And
putting in here?
especially if we put some vinegar over it, which kind of extracts all the properties. So I've got cayenne peppers, which we all know about.
Now, it'll be interesting to see how this tastes because obviously there are some really spicy ingredients, but also I have an idea that with the onion and the garlic, your breath probably isn't the.
That's why we just do it in a teaspoon, right?
It's not
Just
the
in a
best.
small-
So you can see that I'm just pouring vinegar over it. Now, I like to add a little bit of honey because then you kind of get that sweet and sour taste. So I found some of this honey
So is this okay
from
for
Honey Brothers. Yes.
expectant moms?
Absolutely. If you're pregnant, this is great. And especially pregnant women very often feel their circulation to their toes and their fingers are not as working as well as it did in the past. So what you're going to do is you're going to mix all the ingredients together.
Okay.
Remember, I put in all the spices, the vinegar, I added the honey, and you're going to add the cover. And you're going to let this sit for either 24 hours or up to 2 or 4 weeks. If it sits there longer, you're going to get a more potent, more medicinal form of it.
Which is like this one.
Yes,
Correct?
that one. You see how it's disintegrating. All the vinegar now has all the properties. But usually when my clients and friends make this, within the next week it's finished because they love the taste of it. You let it sit, you can actually shake it. Let's make sure it's closed. Shake it back and forth to get everything to move around. And then you can either take this by the teaspoon or pour it over your food, and it's going to help you.
Very good.
Can we try a little sip of it out of the mason jar?
Absolutely. Now be careful.
Have you
It
do
is
that,
a
right?
little bit strong. Try not to get the seeds.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So small sip, right? Not
I
a
take a
giant
small
gulp.
sip, and then you can
and I'm
tell
swallowing
us.
it, right? I'm not spitting it back
I would
into the thing.
swallow it,
Okay, okay.
absolutely.
Do you feel healthy?
Woo!
You feel healthy already? Little kick to it?
You got to get the
Just a
seeds
little
out
bit.
of there.
I have a lot of seeds in my mouth right now.
All
Chew
right.
them up, Brad. Just chew them up.
You
That'll
chew
be
'em?
fine.
What do you do with these things?
You can chew them up when if I was
Your
going to have
eyes
you.
are watering.
Woo! But do you feel warmer? That's the most important thing.
I feel a lot more than warmer right now. I feel a little bit on fire.
Look,
And-
it did its purpose then, I suppose,
and all that
right?
circulation is going everywhere. Exactly. So you
this
can
thing to
make
use.
it weaker or stronger depending on what you want. So since I knew you were going to be here, Ryan,
Oh,
I made it
thanks.
super strong.
Oh, that's so sweet
Yeah.
of you.
That's great.
I appreciate that.
You're
Very-
welcome.
very
Sarah, where
thoughtful.
could we find some more info if we want to make this at home or the recipe or that
So
type of
on
thing?
my website, sarahkhana.com, I have a recipe to fire cider vinegar and other easy home tips that you can make at home that help you heal you in the winter and the summer.
We love it. Thank you for being here. How you doing?
Yeah, we love it.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, and we'll have that on our website as well. Just log on to our website, tnh.com, click on Style. And